You know, sometimes life doesn't go the way we plan. I was once on a path that seemed like it would lead to nothing but destruction. Looking back, I know there was a reason I felt lost for so long, but at the time, I couldn't see it. It's hard to see the lesson when you're trapped in the storm. I grew up surrounded by challenges. My family faced things most people don't talk about. My father's alcoholism, domestic violence, physical, emotional, and mental abuse. It created a world where survival was all I knew. I carried that anger into every part of my life. And the worst part, I didn't even know why I was so angry. I started acting out. By third grade, I was stealing whatever I can get my hands on. It was like I was trying to fill a void I didn't understand. Then came high school. I still kept stealing, and then added drugs, alcohol, violence, and vandalism to the mix. Every bad decision just felt like one more step toward an inevitable future of either jail or death. I was arrested twice, the first time at 16 and then again at 18. Breaking into places, stealing anything I can get my hands on, committing credit card fraud. It was as if I was testing the limits and testing fate. I would have kept going down that path, but then the trauma of my childhood surfaced in my consciousness. The repressed memories came flooding back until I hit rock bottom. And honestly, had I not, I firmly believe I wouldn't be here talking to you today. The dark weight of depression rested on my soul like a ton of bricks. I tried to take my own life twice. The second time landed me in the hospital. That was my breaking point. But it was also my turning point, because in the darkest place, I met someone who said something that changed everything. Sitting next to her, dazed and irritated, she gave me the greatest gift without even knowing it: purpose. It was in that moment that I realized I could either let this pain define me, or I could use it to rebuild myself. So I made a choice. I wasn't going to be another statistic. I wasn't going to let the trauma win. I have been granted another opportunity to fulfill my purpose, and I was going to go and find out exactly what that was. So I went back to school, psychology, philosophy, whatever I could find to help me understand what I was going through. I found teachers, people who believed in me at a time when I didn't even believe in myself. They offered me hope, role modeling, and challenges that helped me grow. Some taught me how to understand my pain so I can learn to channel it into purpose. And soon everything began to shift. I learned to stop running from my past, to accept, embrace, and even be grateful for it. In doing so, it fueled me, and I started using that momentum to help others. Working with the community then became my calling. I thought, if I can change, maybe I can help others find their path too. But it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Out of college, I worked in the foster care system. I quickly came to believe that the system was broken. It wasn't working, and I faced setback after setback. Corruption, injustice. I even lost jobs for trying to do the right thing. I became disenchanted and I left social work and I launched a real estate career. However, that was short-lived because then the 2006 market crash hit and I lost everything again. My house, my car, my marriage, it all came crumbling down so fast, I had no idea what hit me. So I took a step back from the sadness and the loss. I went to Mexico to visit family and to figure out what really mattered to me in life. I had to reevaluate everything. What I was holding on to, that wasn't important. What did I really value? What is my true purpose? And that's when I realized the only thing that truly mattered was healing. Healing myself, healing my community. It wasn't about these material things that I lost. It was about the personal and collective transformation. It was about taking all the pain, all the anger, and turning it into something meaningful. Becoming the person I needed to be to truly help others. When I returned, I brought that purpose back with me. I started working with others who were fighting the same battles I had fought. My journey as a community organizer began humbly as a volunteer. And after a year of giving my time, I found my first paid role in the city of Long Beach. It wasn't just a job, it was a mission. I fight for housing rights. I worked at Housing Long Beach, helping people stand up for their right to a home. But soon the mission was tested. When a new executive director came in, everything shifted. He had his own vision, a top-down plan. But organizing is about the people, listening to them, lifting their voices. We clashed. He wanted to push his agenda, but I stood with the community. After months of conflict, I was let go, fired for refusing to abandon the people I was there to serve. It was devastating, but not the end. When the community heard, they didn't abandon me. They followed me. Together, we founded a new organization, Long Beach Residents Empowered, or Libre for short. It wasn't about titles or positions. It was about the fight. We built Libre from the ground up. I worked for free, believing in what we could create. We fought for tenants' rights. We grew slowly, hired staff, built momentum. But soon, new challenges emerged. As we grew, internal conflicts started to appear. The board and I had different ideas, especially how to invest in our people. I believed in taking care of our staff, in healing through conflict, but they didn't agree. I proposed we bring in restorative justice practices, healing circles, to work through our differences. But the board didn't see the value in it, and slowly, the tensions escalated. Eventually, those tensions led to my removal. It wasn't just losing my job again, it was losing everything. The very community I had built my life around turned against me. My friends, my colleagues, my whole world was shattered. It was the most painful experience of my life. But pain can be a teacher. After months of grief, I knew I had to move forward. I found new work, but I never let go of the lessons I'd learned. Healing was still central to everything I believed in. I knew one day I would build something different, something lasting. That belief in healing, in justice, in resolving conflict, it stayed with me. And then an opportunity came. We founded the Healing and Justice Center. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't big, but it was real. A place where healing could begin, where people could come together not just to fight, but to heal, to grow through conflict and build stronger, more resilient communities. Today, 4 years later, we're still growing. The work is slow, but it's steady. We believe in the power of healing, and we need the support of others who share this belief. Together, we can teach communities how to heal. We can build movements that are stronger, more united, and more resilient than ever before. This isn't just about me. It's about all of us. It's about creating a future where conflict doesn't tear us apart, but brings us closer together. Together, we can build that future, one that's fortified by healing and by justice. This is our journey, and it's just the beginning.